can't wait. Sing? No, that is not happening. That's illegal in DC. We're live. All right, we're recording. We're live. This is for all posterity. A few odds and ends before we get to the meat of this thing. This is new space this year. How many people were here in years past? Woo! Congratulations on fighting through the queue. So we're in a giant football, basically, and there's a ballroom over there. There's a ballroom over there. One of the neat things about the Washington Hilton is it's designed to prevent assassinations. There's not a lot of line of sight inside the building. Outside the building there is, and that's where Reagan got shot, which is ironically funny because this is like the one hotel that has, and my son's already throwing stuff at me, that actually has, like, they've got like doors for both sides, so like the limo drives in, the doors come down, there's back hallways that people can move around in, but the byproduct is, for mere mortals, it's a little hokey sometimes to get from room to room. So a lot of you probably came in this back hall here, and then got to walk in like a red carpet entrance in front of everyone and wave. Hey, could you wave, sir? Yay, see, just like that. He's like, I'm the man. Look at those guns. Somebody's gonna beat the crap out of me later. There is behind us, however, stairs. And I know for some of us that might be difficult. But there's stairs. There's a guy waving in the back. You've been lonely back there, right? No one's come in that door? Yeah. There's stairs that you have to go up like a half a level and then drop back down to get into the other ballrooms, or go up a level and then come back down to get back to where the vendors are and that kind of thing. I would encourage you to get a little exercise and use those stairs, because the back hallway is going to get crowded. That's going to be a lot faster and easier, and there's even like a place up there you can hang out and talk and that kind of thing. So, cool? Nods. Bad, what? Exercise is bad. And if you don't want to, that's fine. You know, will take longer. Your badges are pretty swank. They also apparently kind of rip. So the little buttonhole, I guess we've already established there's some failure when it's around your lanyard. I would encourage you to do some badge modification. A piece of tape, gum, Kevlar, whatever you got in your pocket. Wrap it around that, or punch a new hole or something like that. So that's an interesting design problem. Just iron it to your pants. Was that Laura? Thank you. You'll do that for them, right? While they're wearing them. That's a special kind of kink there. A hot iron to your pants. The parking garage is full. So those of you that are here already may not have experienced that problem, but for those that are outside, hey guys, the parking garage is full. They're going to direct you across the street where the parking discount is not honored. Sorry. Boo. Anyway, this woman's my hero. I think she's 80-some years old, 5 foot, 97 pounds, and she fended off a moose and saved her husband's life. So let's give it up for Dorothy Murphy. Woo! You'll note there is a moose. We'll get to him in a minute. Talks. So we're keeping the same schedule as last year. As much as we like to change things up, these are largely the same slides in the beginning as in years past. So we get a little pinch for time here the last week of the con. We're going to have one-track mind in this room, starting as soon as I get done rambling. We'll have Break It will then be in here tomorrow. Over there we'll be Bring It On, and over there will be Build It. Okay, again, use the stairs, get some exercise, we'll all be good. Sunday, in years past, we had to do this hokey thing where we had like a bunch of little rooms and they got busted together and made one big room again. We don't have to do that, so there's no crazy breakdown, everybody get the hell out of the room, which is nice to be in here. I guess that's about it. I'll get to the moose. That's what people want to know. I haven't nicknamed this guy. We could have a contest to see who can come up with the best nickname. Moosey would be lame. Dorothy's bitch, yes. I like that one. So here's the deal. Last year we tried to replace the Shmoo ball with the paddles, which was fun, but honestly they were hard to read from any distance greater than about 20 feet. So you even brought your paddles. You're prepared, sir. That's more of a bedroom toy now. You can write stuff on it and then it'll transfer. So we decided not to do the paddles this year, and what we did instead, thanks to the, how do you guys want to be identified, or do you not want to be identified? These guys up here, they can be the guys in the front row group, engineered these moose for us. Are you shitting me? I'm the guy with the ringing cell phone. No. Drink, yeah. No. Is Virus in here? Virus, are you here? All right, that's good. Virus had me drink once on stage, and that was, I don't know, it was like some random number. There we go. Sorry about that. I'm the jackass. Anyway, so the deal is here, you go to a webpage, you go to moose.shmoocon.org, you enter in your barcode, and you can throw virtual shmoo balls, and the way that it manifests itself is the moose will get, at first, angry, and his eyes change to red to let you know that the moose is displeased with the speaker. And then when the moose gets really angry and enough shmoo balls get thrown at it, he gets really upset. His eyes pulse, and eventually, just wait for it. Tomorrow there'll be air horns. The air horns were purchased from Harbor Freight, which is, as I pointed out earlier, like a candy store where all the candy is arsenic. It looks really good, and then you get it home and go, oh God, no. So anyway, then the moose resets itself, and then it'll fill back up, and that's it. So this is how we're keeping speakers honest. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with the shmoo ball and how this came to be, when we started ShmooCon, one of our goals was to hold speakers accountable for what they were saying on stage. It's shockingly easy to have a paper accepted at a security conference, especially when we have 200 plus domestic security conferences every year, right? And the people that are on stage are, people that, you may not know from Adam, they may not be formally trained. Does that make it good or bad? I'm not the one to say that. I dropped out of college, went to a state school in Alaska. Anyone else go to UAF? Yeah, well, I know you, and you didn't graduate. And she went, she didn't graduate. I went, I didn't graduate. No one graduates from that school. We all go up there and get cold, and we forget what we're doing, and we move back down. But people get up on stage, and they espouse stuff. And the press writes about this stuff. And we go home, and we tell our coworkers about this stuff. And the stuff may be lies, or just not really academically sound. It hasn't been thought through. And so what we did is we armed people with these foam rubber balls, and we said, if you disagree with the speaker, just beat him with a damn ball. And it worked really well for a number of years. The problem is, I think, we didn't really change the design of the ball over the years. It was the same size, so that allowed people to adapt their weaponry. And so for the first Snowpocalypse, there was a shmoo ball launching contest where the winner, I think, was Larry, and he had a pneumatic thing that actually was scary to watch arm itself. And when it fired and hit me in the chest, and there's an honest to God, there's a speedometer app for your iPhone, or you can get one, and it said 200 plus on it. And from what we could tell, that was accurate. It hit me in the chest. It hurt like a bitch. And we decided that might be enough for the shmoo ball. We're probably done with that. So we nixed the shmoo ball last year. We went to these paddles to try to get people to write things on their paddles. There were thankfully very few dongs. It was mostly actually legitimate comments. Griefing with paddles is always exciting. But this year we're trying something different. So please give us your feedback on if you like the moose. Is the moose hot right now? It's hot. So you could be arming the moose right now. There is some prizes with the moose. Anyway, the network. The network is hot again. We ran labs. How many people in here are in labs? Most of them are in the lab. These are like the guys running it, so they can just screw off. You're like, we're out of here. We don't run our network as like hey guys, just go set up the network and get it done and let it get online. We try to run it as an educational thing. So here's the deal. When you run a conference, a lot of conferences have training, which is great. But training doesn't come cheap. And that's not really, I can appreciate other events and people needing to get trained by high-end trainers. That's cool and all. We wanted to do something different. So what we do is we open up the setting up of the network to attendees. And a number of people can apply to be part of the labs. They can come in, work alongside experts, do layer 2 engineering, do wireless, do the routing, quality of service, visualization of the network, all that kind of stuff. And so we do a lot of things in our NOC that are not required for a conference network. But we do it so that people can learn from it, that we can teach people that want to be able to experience this kind of thing, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but whatever. So the network should be hot right now. This information may or may not be correct. It's basically last year's information, so it should be right. It's good. Branson says it's good, so it's good. And the labs are all the way down at the end of the other football. So I think you can stop in and say hi and check everything out. They got big spinny things on a projector and everything's pretty hot. Hack Fortress. So we're doing this again. Hack Fortress is the love child of what used to be the Team Fortress 2 tournament, which had nothing to do with security. It was absolutely just coming here to play video games. And Hacker Halo, which I think had mostly to do with beer. And we've joined them together, so the idea here is that you've got 30-minute rounds, hackers and TF2 players working together against another team. The game environments interact, so as people do something on the TF2 side, it can help or hinder other hack teams and vice versa. If a hack team gets a point or something, the TF2 team might be set on fire, running around going, fire, fire. It's really exciting. Sign-ups are going on right now in the Hack Fortress room, but I think we have 5 full teams already out of 8. So I would encourage you, if you really want to play Hack Fortress, you've probably got to get your butts down there and get signed up. And we may even have fewer slots than that. Git, Goats in the Shell code, is back again for the 3rd year. This is our CTF thing. I won't, yeah, really, Jordan and the Gits team put on a really good show, and I'm probably like the worst person to describe what it is they do. It's a CTF event. They don't just run it here locally. The people outside can participate as well. There's challenges that you can only participate in if you're inside, but this is basically a wide open public CTF running this weekend. They're actually, what? It's up and running now, and it's hosted in the cloud. We are progressive here at ShmooCon. Actually, I think what I said to Jordan, are you psychotic? Because that's predicated on the fact that the labs guys get their shit together and you can get to the cloud. Because the cloud doesn't matter if you have no connectivity. Anyway, there was a joke in there, but I couldn't find it. Other contest, ShmooConography is back. How many people have participated in ShmooConography in the past? Congratulations on your brains not exploding. They put on one of the best contests that we have, but some years, it's been a little complicated. The people that have been here in the past and had to watch some of the deconstructions are like, I didn't know that was an encoding scheme, like EBCDIC, ASCII, and this other thing. So yeah, see, you got to come in the back doors, come in the front doors. You walk in front, you make hand puppets and shit. There's contests at sponsor tables. There's barcode schmarcode. So the DC 949 guys are back once again. If you have a barcode that scans, that doesn't look like a conventional barcode, you can enter their contest. We've had body art, non-permanent, unfortunately. I thought it'd be really hot if somebody got a permanent, tattoo of a ShmooCon barcode on their body. There's a hidden contest. What? You do it. No, sir. No. Winners of everything will be announced at the end of the con. Check. Here's a little plug. Speaking of climbing stairs, for those of you that are so inclined, myself and Punk Rock and Fassel, is Fassel in here? Fassel's not here, he's hungover. Oh, there's a shocker. Last night he had a coffee cup full of bourbon. That's not really a conventional vessel for bourbon, sir. And he was drinking it like coffee. We did a ride last year in Vegas at DEF CON. With hackers in the summertime. Hey man, everyone lived, okay? Like, not to underscore that, that was complicated to get 30 hackers out in the Red Rock Canyon and back and make sure nobody died. Then we did a bike ride across Ohio in the fall to Louisville for DerbyCon. Louisville, I'm sorry, I'm not from Kentucky, so it's Louisville. It's like Oregon. Hey, don't be poking the Oregonians. So this year we're going to ride from DC to Boston. Next year we're going to ride cross country. Here's the deal. We want to stop at hackerspaces and universities and give talks along the way. We're trying to raise money for the EFF, and we're looking for actually sponsors to help sponsor things like hotel rooms and that kind of thing. If anyone is so inclined, you can go to the website, see the routes. You can join us for any part of the ride that you want to. This is an open thing. We want everybody to participate that wants to in any way, shape, or form. So there's my plug. Lockpick Village is back. I asked Deviant for some pictures, and I got this. So it's a girl handcuffed with Batman t-shirt on. I think a lot of guys in the room are pretty interested in Lockpick Village at the moment. They do have a new contest this year, premiering here at ShmooCon. So Gringo Warrior has been usurped by the new contest they're running. So, black bag? Yeah, that doesn't sound scary at all. So I guess it starts on Saturday, but I encourage you, go to Lockpick Village, check it out if you've never done lockpicking. My 9-year-old son is quite good at it, so I assure you that if you can't pick a lock, you'll feel a little smaller inside knowing that my son can do it and you can't. So, Fire Talks. Fire Talks are back. Grex, are you around? I keep calling on people that aren't here. So, Fire Talks are basically 15-minute talks. They run in the evenings, Friday and Saturday night, in that room. Yes. That room over there. So the easy one to get to, International Ballroom East, and it does require a con badge for entry. So, Rob Fuller. Oh yeah, Rob. Good guy, Rob. The times are wrong. What? They change. Look, man, this is the latest intel I got. What do you think it is? How can you say they're wrong? Anyone else think they're wrong? You have an alternative time? I know the schedule says 9.
Yes, it probably is.
Here's the deal. It's going to be like an iPhone sale. You should just camp out and wait. Be the first in line. Waz will be here. You think Saturday's at 8? Thanks, 6:30, jerks.
Whatever the schedule says for Saturday stands. The one that changed was tonight.
All right, so tonight's like 8:30, tomorrow's like 8. Be there, be square. And I'm sure Grex has something up on the website so you can check it out. ShmooCon's Alley. This is a new one. This is a moderate replacement for the ShmooBall launcher and contest because the Nerf weaponry is apparently less lethal, I've been told. Yeah. So challenging, that's why I'm like, really? Like, this is not, this will be in the room that has no label on your program. There's a white room in the contest area that has no label. This isn't just a free-for-all, like beating everybody with a Nerf thing. There will be some rules, and you know, the firing line will be structured and all that kind of thing. Rob's got a grin on his face. It's 8:30 tonight. And what are there's classes, like are they modified, unmodified, or anything like that? Again, no one's in the room, dude. Just make it up. What classes do you want? Purple, red, and radishes, all right? Like, whatever the hell you want. Jesus. T-shirt charities. This is a weird one. You got to buckle up for this. We don't sell T-shirts here. We have a lot of T-shirts in the other room. What we do is we donate the T-shirts to charity, EFF and Hackers for Charity, to be precise. What you do is you give them $15 and you get a token. And then you put that token in a bucket if you want your money to go to EFF or if you want it to go to Hackers for Charity. And then you walk out with a T-shirt. So we don't make money off this deal at all. This is all something we just do to try to help those guys out. So I encourage you. T-shirt sales are on now. Okay, wait for anyone to go make a break for it. Anyone that's been in a DEF CON T-shirt line will think our T-shirt line is trivial by comparison. Who went to DEF CON and sat in that line last year? That was like an epic, like T-shirt knockdown, drag out, should have been on a reality television thing. Like, it was unbelievable. Anyway, T-shirt sales start now, so feel free to go buy yourself a T-shirt. There's a party. Shocker. There's no snow on the ground, so other people will be in Northwest DC this year, which is kind of different than years past. The 2 years ago at the Marriott, Northwest was basically shut down. People walked down the middle of Connecticut Avenue to get to the bar. So I encourage you, do not walk down the middle of Connecticut Avenue this year. You will be hit. 8 o'clock until the tab runs out. We have the bar the entire time to ourselves this time. The public doesn't come in at midnight, so it is ours all night long till 3. I qualify that as all night long. If your definition of all night long is after 3, you're a West Coaster. Like, thank you, sir. Wristbands will be at the registration desk for 1 per customer. Those will start be given out starting at 5? You just pulled that number out of thin air.
No,
okay.
I wrote it in the program.
Oh, 5 o'clock it is. It's in the program. It must be true.
And there are only limited.
Yeah, there's fewer wristbands than people. That's the catch. So again, line standing, you know, there's a lot of wristbands, so it shouldn't be too bad, but there's fewer wristbands than people. Mostly because the venue won't hold 1,500 folks. Video and picture policy. We have a video and picture policy. This is kind of novel for some folks. In the old school HackerCon space, cameras were frowned upon. People did not want to be identified. And we still respect people's privacy while they're here at this event. You know, people come here, all kinds of jobs for all kinds of reasons, and we prefer to let people be as anonymous or public as they want to. So here's the policy. Basically, I'm at the bottom, I'm not at the top. We'll get to Ted in a minute. Everyone in frame must be okay with having their picture taken. And the official people? There's one official person? Carson and, oh yeah, I did. So Carson and Dan are the one official picture person people. I would like to have them come and embrace. Is Dan not here? No. All right. Carson's going to stand up. Carson's here. He's our official, one of the official ShmooCon picture people. Mudge is the only person clapping for you, sir. Like that's. Can we get a round of applause for Carson? God damn it. There are press here too. They wear press badges. If you see press that aren't wearing a press badge, please let one of our staff know. We control the press that are here. We vet them before they show up. It doesn't mean that they're friendly to the cause necessarily. It just means that we know that they're press and we know who they work for and that kind of thing. So other than that, please, please, please read the picture policy in the program, Bob, and adhere to it. If we see you violate it, we'll ask nicely the first time, and the second time, potentially not so nicely. Okay, so on to the fun stuff. Ted's here again. Yay, Ted! Ted drives across this beautiful country every year to do nothing but tape ShmooCon. And he's done this since like ShmooCon 2, maybe 3, for a long damn time. Ted has been driving across country to do this. And Ted drives in one pretty straight stretch, man. Like, how long did it take you? 55 hours. From California, right? He's motoring. I mean, he's dedicated to the cause when he comes out here. He brings all his gear, and he does two things. He films it all. Well, he does a few things. He films it all. He lets us stream it in real time, but he also sells DVDs, and that's how Ted makes his money back on the trip. So I would encourage you today, if you want the material from the conference, stop by Ted's table, buy some DVDs off him, support him. He's been a great supporter of the con, a great supporter of the community for a long time. He films a lot of events, and we like to continue to keep Ted around. So yay, Ted! Oh, and we are streaming online. Hello, online people. We are streaming, right? Yeah, okay, yeah, thumbs up every time. That's all I get from the streaming guys. Very violent thumbs up. You can't watch the stream from inside the con network, so you can't be in one room watching the other, sorry. We just don't have that much bandwidth. Friendly warnings, or not so friendly. Please don't mess with the hotel. We like this place. Actually, we like it a lot, and we'd like to come back. So ponying the kiosks, you know, that's not so cool. We'd appreciate not walking up and seeing a web browser on the kiosk. Thank you for installing Google Toolbar, apparently. Sure. Yeah. Was it really on the schedule? I mean, that's what was on the screen. That's better than the alternatives. You must wear your badge at all times. We mean it really. Yes, that you can use that as a hashtag. No one's ever tweeted with that before. Enough said. So real quick, key staff. Heidi organizes the whole thing. She's got a baby on her back right now. She's kind of the person of last resort. If you have questions or problems, take them to her. No, wait, I got that wrong. No, find other people first. God damn it. Anyway, Ken, are you around? No, sweet. Ken's is the guy in the labs. He's probably outside smoking. You can find him there. GM's not here. This is great. This is awesome. This is the most compelling opening statement I've ever had. Bob's here. All right, Bob. Yay, Bob! Yay! Bob's in charge of all the video and AV. Tamsin does reg. I'm sure she's not here. Oliver's in charge of streaming video. He's back there. He's got a big support staff as well. I'm a free agent this weekend. I have no real responsibility. Like, I have the responsibility to give this thing and then the closing thing, and that's it. So if you have questions or problems, you don't know how to take them to, and you go to one of the security guys that have staff on and they don't know, where it is or what to do, come find me. I'll try to help you out. I'll try to make things right for you. So, feedback. Branson has been working on this feedback system for a number of years, and it's been pretty successful for us. I would encourage you, go to feedback.shmoocon.org after each talk. There's nice interfaces for smartphone devices and that kind of thing. No. It's just straight up, it just works. It'll look like any other web page on your smartphone, but it's a nice interface nonetheless. provide whatever feedback you want, whatever feedback you can. We encourage you to visit there regularly because it's one of the few ways that we get a lasting indication of what you think of the conference. So, and what's interesting, every year we get a lot of feedback, but we also get a lot of questions from people asking, about the conference, about how we run the conference, and that kind of thing. So I want to play this video for you really quick. Oh shit, I don't have audio. Hold the mic up right there on the shelf. Oh, here it is. Oh, there it is. It was plugged in your iPhone. There we go. I'm rocking out to my, there we go. Okay, now we're in business.
Heidi, Bruce. I hope you don't take this badly, but I wanted to ask some questions, and I figured I'd send a video. I wanted to ask about the ShmooCon ticketing process. I mean, I'm sure everybody asks, but why do I hit F5 so hard? And so many times. How do you pick papers from CFPs? How do you go through them and do that? Can I hone mine to be a better chance of getting in and getting that also important ticket? How does it work behind the scenes? I think we're all kind of curious, and a little transparency has very rarely hurt people, and we're asking for that. I do have one more question, but I think I'm going to go to the floor for that one.
For those that missed it, that was a wedding proposal. She said yes. So that's a first. I hope it was a moose-shaped ring. Anyway, congratulations, guys. You be okay? Okay, good. All right. On that note. Yeah. I had a thesaurus. I looked it up. So. Oh, fuck was no. So. All right. So we're going to shift gears. You give me a platform on which to speak, and I'm going to get ranty. So this is me getting ranty. I was going to just kick people in the face, but I decided that was probably against the law. So instead, we're going to have a Twitter popularity contest today, complete with the Pop-Tart cat that we all love. What? Jesus. So what I want to go through today is a discussion of this industry and how much we matter in the grand scheme of things, the public's opinion of what we do for a living and how interested they are in it, okay? And I've decided to measure, the yardstick I'm using is not scientific. It's not a good, I didn't go out and poll a bunch of people and ask a bunch of IT executives and that kind of thing, any questions. I went to Twitter and kind of threw things in a bucket and examined Twitter followers. So, first of all, let's look at the hacktivist category. Anonymous, lulsec, all the accounts associated with Anonymous. If you put a non in, I think you're guaranteed 100,000 followers. There's a lot of people that follow Anonymous. A lot of people that follow all the excitement with lulsec. That's larger than the security industry space. I mean, all the professionals in the space. These are just average people watching the lulls go down, man. Right? These are people watching like, wow, what are they going to attack today? These are kids. These are grown-ups. These are all kinds of people just really, into this kind of cultural, societal, damn the man, hacktivist. And I apologize. Some of you probably disagree with my use of the term hacktivism when you compare it to what happened in the 80s and 90s and the kind of activity we had there. But this is modern-day hacktivism. This is what it's turned into. Low-orbit ion cannon, IRC channels, Twitter. That's what hacktivism looks like today, right or wrong. What they're doing is activists through hacking, right? So I made a chart. We'll come back to the chart. What about this? Jailbreak. Everybody wants something for free. I want my jailbroken iPhone so I can do stuff with it. It's unclear what said stuff is sometimes, but everyone wants a jailbroken iPhone. So I don't. I want a phone that fucking works. And And it turns out I switched. I've been an Android user since day one. My phone is, oh, it's right there. And then I went out, and this, I'm not trying to nail Samsung for this, but I went out and got myself a fancy Galaxy Nexus whatever, and I have a little countdown until when I can trade it in and get myself an iPhone again. So I've not been very pleased with the Android platform. There's a lot of guys that worked really hard. Engadget calls this the Hacker Dream Team. Got together and busted iOS 5. So let's look at the Hacker Dream Team and see what how many Twitter followers they have. Hundreds of thousands. Again, the public at large. This is a hacker to them too, right? This is what hackers do. They give me free stuff on my iPhone. They DOS Citibank and PayPal. These are hackers, and I'll follow them, and I'll pay attention to what they're doing. I've got another graph. I think you'll see where this is going. Then there's the security industry hackers. You'll note I started in thousands here, like I just rounded. Here I chose not to round. Had to go to at least the hundreds place just so it looked a little more impressive. These are in the thousands, tens of thousands, and these are some of the biggest. And you look at the security vendors, you look at people that do this stuff professionally, come to these conferences, that speak. This is the kind of attention the public plays. I haven't done any analysis of who these people are, but I bet a lot of the people that follow them are other security professionals, right? They're people in this room. I bet you out of this room, some of these people probably have 1,000 followers. So it's 10% of their followers came to ShmooCon, right? You don't need the message, you get the message. It's everybody else. So just to be pedantic, there's the graph. HD actually came up off the line at the bottom, so So what? So what's the big deal about that? So what? I'm not the cutest kid in school. I'm not the prom queen. What's the big deal? Well, it's interesting. The public really doesn't pay attention to what we do. That's been kind of the bane of our existence, right? No one cares about this. You really need to give a shit about security. It's really important. Well, it also gives us free reign, right? You don't have a lot of oversight. People don't understand this. My parents ask me what I do, and I tell them something, and it's a very high level. Oh, we break stuff. I can tell you more, but you won't even care, right? We've had those conversations. What do you do? Computer things. Oh, can you fix my modem? I still have these AOL Online discs, AOL Online, yes. That's pedantic. We feel very passionately about this. So passionate, in fact, that we will show up at a conference on a Friday, Saturday, God help us, Sunday morning in DC, which some of us love and some of us don't, and sit around and talk about these things. This is our spare time, right? We could be home fixing porches or shoveling driveways or whatever, but we choose to come here and do this because we feel this is the right thing, right? But it turns out if we start doing the wrong things, we may not get checked. As an industry, we can grow organically and do almost anything we please, and if the free market supports it and there's money behind it, we will grow into that space. Right or wrong, hey, guess what? It's 2012. People getting owned still? Oh, yeah. Like, here comes the Kool-Aid man through the goddamn wall, and it says pwned across his chest, right? So what the hell have we been doing for 40 years? And a lot of you have heard me rant about this before, You go back in time and you look at the defects in software, you look at the problems we have in running our networks, they're the same goddamn problems that we had in the 70s. What the hell? So, what that means is people pay us money to fail, and we've accepted that. We accept that with the products, we accept it with the services that we have today. We accept that, and we laugh about it. We laugh about it. I'm a little fired up today. Yeah. So here's the deal. It's our responsibility to self-police, right? We need to be good stewards of this industry, because if we're not, we might as well fucking quit. What does it mean to be a good steward? Here's a great example. National Physicians Alliance, they decided, you know what? Medicine's kind of broken. Healthcare in this country is broken. You can debate that, but there's a lot of people that agree. These guys say, hey, you know what? Let's write some stuff that will help physicians do the right thing. It may not be in their personal best interest, but it's in the best interest of the patients. Okay? Let's get that down on paper. So they identified 5 steps for internal medicine, for clinical, for family practice, all these different groups, things that they should do. And it's like, don't order tests when they're not needed and things like that. Very specific, like don't order this specific test in this specific situation. They also have a mission statement. I'll give you a minute to read this. I'll highlight some of the important bits. Those of you with mad VI skills will probably see where this is going to go. Find and replace. I would encourage us to do this. I tried to make it funny at the end because it's a little serious. You think this is too much to ask of ourselves? I guess it is. Okay, we're out. That wasn't a rhetorical question. Woo, I guess I blew the doors right off the place. Here's the deal. There's a lot of money in this, right? A lot of us are well-paid professionals. We do this for fun. We do it for a living. IT operations security, all the way to doing research, to running product companies. There's good money. We enjoy the work. We need to make sure we're doing the right things because we are not going to be policed. What top 5 things would you choose to tell yourself, to tell your coworkers, to tell other people in the industry that you want them to do? Right? Here's one. The vulnerability release process should benefit the end user. Wow. There's a good market in selling exploits. It has been for a while, you know? And what happens under the hood when those things are sold and the product companies that ingest them and what they do with them? A lot of good things. I'm not sure that all of them involve good things for the end user. But the catch is, why, as a researcher, would I tell the public about a vulnerability when I can get money for it, right? I go to Pwn to Own, or I can do whatever, and I can go get a wad of cash for releasing vulnerability information to a specific company rather than telling everybody about it. The days of full disclosure are gone. We don't go to DEF CON anymore and watch people drop O-Day on stage, right? How much O-Day has anyone seen in the last 2 or 3 years at DEF CON? None. Go to 98, 99, O-Day, 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 Hacker Wars, it was a great time, right? We don't do that anymore because there's too much money in it. So we need to find a way that works with the software companies, that works with the hardware companies, that works with the researchers, that makes it worthwhile for people to tell the public about what's wrong in ways that's constructive to the end user. Okay? This is my opinion. You can tell me to screw off if you want, and I encourage it. Because there's a lot of people that disagree with me on this point. I've been preaching it for a while, and I've had some very violent discussions about it. And that's cool, but I encourage you to think about it. Don't accept what happens today with vulnerability disclosure to be the ground truth in the way that things need to happen. Pen testing is another one. Pen testing's fun. All the kids want a pen test. It's great. I enjoy it. I have a good time. Don't overestimate the impact it has, though, right? It's a great magic show sometimes. Man, is it a fun magic show. But we need to be realistic about the real impact that it makes and make sure we're not alienating people. I'm waiting for the moose to do something, and everyone's either entranced or asleep. So anyway, I'm not even going to get into this one. I'll start saying things that'll piss people off. So here you go. I encourage you today, tomorrow, the next few weeks, come up with your top 5. Top 5 things that you could do, or your coworkers or your colleagues could do to be good stewards of the security industry, to do the right thing for the right reasons. Okay? Talk about it publicly, privately, I don't care. You can tell me to piss off. Okay? If I'm the only guy willing to have this fight, that's cool. I'll get up here next year and bitch and scream, yeah, there's a crazy powder guy again. I'll grow a crazy scraggly beard and have some birds living in it and shit, and that's fine. Like, I'm happy to play the crazy guy role. You just let me know, and I'll do that. What's next? Start now. Think critically this weekend. Throw schmooballs at this damn thing. Right? Piss off the moose, piss off the speaker, piss off yourself, challenge the job that you do, right? And think critically, most importantly, after you leave here. Go out into the field, do the right thing, and come back next year and let's have a better environment than we have today. Anyway, that's all I got. It's 3:30. We're going to have Mudge on in just a minute, so we'll take about a 10-minute breather, and we'll go from there. Enjoy ShmooCon.